All right, so here's 9-2 in its multi-step angle problems. You can see that they've given us the 20 degrees. They want us to find A and B. My suggestion when you see a problem like this, since you know rules about triangles, when you see a problem like this, see if there's a triangle present. There is a triangle right there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure angle A. Now here's what we know about this angle. This is a right angle. How do we know that? Well, we know it because we have this straight line, and that straight line has this angle total. So if we looked at the total of all of this, it has to equal 180 degrees. So if we take that away, that was 180. This is a 90, which means this is a 90. So I drew my 90 box. Let's take the line away. Now we've got a 20 and A make 90. So we've got this situation. A plus 20 is 90. Take the 20 away from both sides, and A is equal to 70. So A is 70 degrees. Now, angle B. Well, we know A is 70, so we know this is 90. The way to think about angle B is to ask yourself, what would you need to know to get B? And the thing is, we could know any one of these angles, either this angle, or this angle. For these two on the side, the two adjacent, we'd be using the principle of supplementary angles, 180. For the one across from it, we'd be using vertical angles. And that's the one I'm going to stick with right now. I want to think about this vertical angle. So I'm going to say if I knew this angle, I'll go ahead and call it X. If I knew X, then I would know B. They'd be the same, congruent. Which means, since I already know this 90, if I knew this angle, I'm going to call it Y. If I knew angle Y, then Y plus 90, take that total away from 180, would give me X. Well, how can I get Y? Well, fortunately, we know the angle adjacent to Y. And those two, covered by that purple arc, have to equal 180 degrees. So I can figure out angle Y by saying that Y plus 148 is going to equal 180. If I remove the 148 from both sides, and let me move that work where it's going to be a little easier to follow. So let's move that work down here. If I remove the 148 from both sides, then I've got Y is equal to 180, take away 148, 32. So I know that this angle is 32 degrees. Now I'm ready to find X. So I've got a 90-degree angle in the corner, plus the 32-degree angle, plus X will all equal 180. Well, the 90 and the 32 give me 122, plus X will be 180. I'm going to cancel out the constant term, the 122, so I'm going to add opposite there, add opposite here. And when I do that, I get X is equal to 58. If this is 58 degrees, then B is 58 degrees also, because these are, you might want to write this on your paper or on your notes, these are vertical angles. So this angle and this angle are vertical, and so I know that 58 is the measure of angle B. All right, if you have questions on those, remember you can always bring questions back to class. These types of problems are somewhat like a puzzle. You have to work backwards. To get B, we need this. To get this, we need that. We got our answer. All right, be sure you bring me any questions if you have them.